actually kind of got into real estate by accident. I was a registered massage therapist, and I worked at a resort and a chiropractor's office as well as a nursing home, and then eventually I had my own spa myself. But I've always loved decorating and renovating, and I would knock out walls and I would put in new kitchens or bathrooms, and then all the pillows and couches and all that kind of thing, and then the house would be done and I would be bored, so then I would move. So originally I just got it for my own purpose, and then as time went on, my friends would use me more, and then they tell their neighbors or their coworkers or family, and then it just grew from there. So that was actually how I originally got into the business. Was not really planned, but it worked out. What we feel is basically we don't like to just run away, okay? So a lot of realtors run away in a number of different ways. So sometimes they first list the house, they put a sign on the lawn, and they, load it to whatever their MLS system is or wherever they live, in the States or Canada or so forth. And then they never hear from them again until their, contract is up. And then they're like, hey, do you want to list again? And the people are like, where have you been the last few months? So we don't want to be like that, a secret agent. But as well, after people sell their properties, we don't want to just cash a check and run away and they never hear from us again. So I get bored quite easily. So we do 2 parties a year that are massive parties. They're both very different. And then we do 7 little parties a year, before COVID, of course. But we are excited to get back to them after. We'll actually have to have a celebration that it's over. So we do these parties, and it's just a way to stay in touch with people, to say thank you. They're always allowed to bring whoever they like. We always say the more the merrier. So we just want to bring people into our community and our world. And even though we live in a city, it is still, it's a tight-knit community, okay? So it's a city, but we don't want it to feel sterile and not cozy and home. This is people's biggest investment of their entire lives. They're not buying a pair of jeans that they can return. They're spending $500,000, $1 million, or $250,000, or what have you. So it's a huge thing, okay? So we love that they, trust us in that process, and we're very grateful and want to take the best care of them and make them not feel like a number and make them feel like, a part of our family. So that is what we do, and that's why we think we're different at Cripps Realty. So how we've adjusted with COVID is a number of different ways. We've just pivoted a lot, and we're counting it as an essential service, which makes sense. At first it didn't make sense to me for about a day, but then it made total sense. So we can sell people's properties completely without people coming through. The sellers never have to leave. They don't have to get out of their pajamas. The buyers never have to come through. We can do it all with these things. We have these eye guides, and people can go around the house. They can control it. They can zoom in. They can measure. They can do everything like that. Then we have another way where we can go into the property and we'll do a live video with our client, and we can show them everything if the seller's not comfortable, with them coming through. So we'll do that, making sure obviously we haven't had any signs or symptoms for the past 14 days, ever. We haven't been out of the country for the past 14 days. And we have no signs or symptoms, and obviously we distance from them if they do stay in the house. We're masked. We have gloves. We have these booty things for over our shoes. And then another way that we can do it is sometimes the sellers are comfortable with people coming through, but we'll vet all of them. So we'll make sure that they're pre-approved. We'll make sure they've sold their house already, and they're not just saying, oh, we'll look now, but really we're going to, buy in the fall. So make sure they, their health history is clean. Make sure all of everything's lining up. They've seen all the tours. And we even do, Facebook Live. So we'll show the neighborhood, because a lot of people don't want to buy the best house in the worst neighborhood. So we can show the neighborhood, show everything. People can ask us questions. So basically it's just, not to say the new norm, but it's the altered safe norm. So that's how we do that. But we do have a COVID buyer protection plan if anybody wants it, as well as a COVID seller protection plan if everybody or anybody wants to see that. And we have tons of guarantees. So if people don't like their house for the next year, or they don't like the neighbors, or they don't like the school district, we will buy it back from them, or we'll sell it for free. So That is one of our many guarantees, and same with selling. We have, if we don't sell it within 30 days, we will sell it for free. So we just have lots of guarantees because, like I said, it's the biggest investment of people's lives. We don't want people having a bad experience with us and telling everybody they hate us. We want them to have a great experience and tell everybody that they love us. So obviously we have to treat them with the uttermost respect, get them the most amount of money with the least amount of hassle for their biggest purchase of their whole life. So that is how we are working during COVID. And thank you so much again for voting us Barrie's top choice #1 real estate agency. Stay safe and have a great day.